Okay, so we've done our cyber scouting. We've eliminated a lot of areas that we don't want to waste our time in. We've now found some little hidden pockets or some areas that we really want to focus on. It's time to put our boots to the ground. And I always start with food sources. And we're going to work our way back from food sources to travel corridors to the bedding. But the food sources in agriculture areas, it's easy to find. It's going to be your alfalfa fields. It's going to be your soybean. It's going to be your corn fields. When you start getting to your big blocks of timber, you're going to start looking at those in-wood food sources. Those can consist of cutovers, those small little hidden cutovers that may be back in there. They produce a ton of forage for deer. Your oaks, your acorns, when those acorns start dropping, it draws deer like magnets. And the third one that I really like keying in on that most people don't think of is going to be your maples. When those maple leaves start falling, deer treat them kind of like an ice cream. It's a candy treat to them. They're sweet to them. They have a high sugar content, and it also attracts deer. So we're going to go in and we're going to start looking at some food sources, and when we find those food sources, we're going to plot them on the map. Those food sources are going to change throughout the season. So that's why we want to do is plot them and figure out where these different food sources are based upon where we are in a season, because that deer's pattern might change or shift. An example would be acorns. Acorns start falling, I guarantee you that deer's pattern is totally going to shift. He might be on a cutover, he might be on some different types of browse. Those acorns fall, that's where he's going to be for his main food source. So plotting those locations. Now you're going, Josh, what if I hunt in an area that's full of oaks? Central part of Wisconsin is full of oaks. So when acorns start falling, these deer could be anywhere. What I like to do is once I find that bedding location, I want to find the closest acorns or oak source to that bedding location, and I want to find that travel corridor that leads and adds good security for that buck. So when he leaves that bed, he does not have to travel far to get into acorns. That's where I'm going to start looking. We'll teach you we'll get a little more in depth. We'll get a little further onto that. But for right now, locate those food sources.